Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video, and let's do a quick look at the Nasdaq and then a quick look at the internals to see how we are setting up over the next several weeks. In the premium video, I'm going to be going on vacation next week, and so I've set up, be sure to check out the premium video. It shows my portfolio for the next week, and my goal is to try to make my 2.5% weekly profit while away on vacation. So I'm just showing everybody how I'm setting that up and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see if it works. So for the weekly chart of the Nasdaq, of course on the daily we broke through the 21. We're back up above the 21 on the daily, and on the weekly we're back up above the 8. So for all practical purposes, you know, the great sell-off of June is over and we are poised to go higher. You know, I'm not completely 100% let's buy every stock on the planet bullish here, but it's really hard to have a good bear argument. So all the positions I have are focused on choppy to bullish action. Two bearish trades that we had this week. One was Trip. This one made money. We just closed it out today. And then STX, this one did not make money. And the bearish side of this market continues to be quick, for lack of a better term. So let's look at the internals here. So the first thing we want to look at is the 10-day moving average of the put-call ratio. Now, how this works, okay? If we get up, typically the moving average gets up here, it just means that everybody's bearish, and when everybody's bearish, we tend to rally, okay? If it gets too close down here, it means everybody's bullish, and if everybody's bullish and no one is left to buy, then we fall. In between in the middle is neutral. So we're neutral right now, but it's interesting, we're starting to head back down here, and if we do get close to these levels, and then the idea here, just keep in mind if everybody's bullish, look for a sell-off. But right now, we are neutral, okay? For the daily VIX, we'll look at the skew here too. The daily VIX, we do have a squeeze. So squeezes are always interesting because the last time here that we had a squeeze on the daily chart, it was a long squeeze. It did pop up to the upside, and you can see here that it did result in selling in the S&Ps. Not a big sell-off, about 60 points, but a sell-off nonetheless. Now, and then this of course happened without a squeeze, but now we've got another squeeze in play. When I see a squeeze, I tend to favor the idea that the VIX could go higher, simply because if the squeeze triggers short, then the VIX does nothing. Okay, but if the squeeze triggers long, we pop. So I do like the idea, and by the way, the VIX could be in a squeeze for weeks, right? So I do like the idea of just kind of keeping that under consideration. So I will be out the next week or so, and I'm just going to kind of let this play out a little bit because I think that it's going to take a while for the squeeze to develop. But I'm going to keep an eye on that, and that's just something, again, it's not a specific signal as of yet. It's just like, this typically it can result in something. And then the one that I really like, although it's been a little skewed this year, no pun intended, is the skew. And we have found fairly consistently that when we're above 135, there is risk for even a small sell-off. Okay, not a big one, small sell-off. And then when we're closer to 120, you're really looking for a rally. Okay, so the way I look at it is over 135 is a bearish, and then down here below 120 and lower is bullish. So we're kind of slightly in that bearish zone, but technically we're in a neutral zone. So we're, again, neutral across the board with a few things. You got the VIX squeeze, you got the put-call ratio creeping down, the skew's kind of high, so that all leans bearish, but it's still neutral. All right? So that's what we got there. And that is, I'm seeing if there's anything else here. Nope, that's it. We'll go over the positions in the premium video. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you at the next update.